Hey, I'm Bacon, and this is going to be video number 2 in the Innovations of Traveler series. And in this one, we're going to cover Lifepath character generation. So, Traveler was the first role-playing game to use a Lifepath system for character creation. And this is where players would build a backstory by choosing a career and then rolling through pre-game events that shape their skills and experiences. Instead of a static point buy or random stat allocation system, Traveler allowed players to fill out their characters' pre-adventuring years, which built their stats along the way. The risk-reward portion of the system let players choose to continue to push their pre-game careers for more skills, but at the risk of incurring penalties for failed rolls. This was a groundbreaking method where players simulate their characters' pre-game life experiences through a series of career choices, random events, and risks. The system wasn't just about assigning stats. It was about building a character's backstory in a mechanically significant way before gameplay even began. So what came before? Prior to Traveler, character creation in RPGs was statistical rather than narrative, and literally all but one of the games published prior to Traveler, Dungeons & Dragons, Tunnels & Trolls, Empire the Petal Throne, On Guard, Metamorphosis Alpha, and Bunnies and Burrows used a 3d6 to generate ability scores down the line and then stop. Boot Hill was the only one that deviated, but it still rolled random stats down the line. It just did it with a percent die instead of 3d6. So what is a Lifepath system? A Lifepath system allows players to create a character's backstory by making choices about their prior life, careers, training, major events, while also rolling dice to simulate random life occurrences. This generates a dynamic, emergent history for each character. In the original release of Traveler in '77, character generation was a kind of like a mini-game, and it included the possibility of aging penalties or more infamously death during the process, which was a bold departure from static point buy or random attribute systems. So how did Traveler's Lifepath system work? There are several steps. I'm going to walk you through it and comment briefly on each one of the steps to sort of round out the idea of what this is. So you start by choosing a homeworld and then also rolling your initial attributes. You would roll a 2d6 for each of your 6 attributes, as well as choose the homeworld. You then select a career path. You would pick from a broad career, Navy, Army, Scout, Merchant, and this would determine your skills and life trajectory. You then had to attempt to enlist. So you had to roll to qualify for your chosen career. Failure meant being drafted into a random job or becoming a drifter. Then you would serve your career, and it's counted in terms. One term is 4 years. And this would grant training training that was specific to the career, which offered skill gains. Survival roles, where failure could mean injury or death in the original edition. This has been changed in later editions. It's been removed and taken, put back, and removed again, put back in as an optional rule. So it's kind of through the years had a little bit of a storied history, I'll say. And then rank advancement, which provided promotion, which gave bonuses and status. After that, you could continue serving to gain skills or muster out and start the game. If you continued to serve, then you would experience the effects of aging, which increase the risk of physical deterioration, which I am all too familiar with. And then the benefits, however, were if you were able to retire, you could get ships or money or special gear. These are really huge awards to be given, especially a ship at the end of a career. So what influence did this have on later RPGs? The Lifepath system had a profound impact on later tabletop RPG design. So Cyberpunk 2020 in 1988, there were explicit life paths for character backstory, childhood, romantic relationships, etc. And this expanded into personal drama, which was a direct narrative extension of Traveler's career-based system. Shadowrun in 1989 used a prior life structure through character priorities, where players could focus on life paths. your corporate backgrounds, your shaman backgrounds, etc. Burning Wheel in 2002 had deep life path trees with intricate social structures and relationships, and it was built directly on the story-centric legacy of Traveler's model. And then Stars Without Number in 2011. Sector and faction generation also reflect Traveler's procedural approach, and it borrowed this modular character creation style. So, why did Traveler introduce life paths? Mark Miller's background in war games, where units had histories and campaign records, and hard science fiction, especially the works of Heinlein and Anderson, influenced his design. Miller wanted to depict a lived-in universe where adventurers weren't just new recruits. They were seasoned professionals with complex pasts. The death in character creation mechanic reflected the risky nature of interstellar exploration and enforced a gritty tone. Players appreciated that characters felt real, with regrets, triumphs, and unfinished business. And life path systems are now a standard tool for crafting emergent character stories. Traveler's model shifted RPG design from pure mechanics to character narrative, which is something that I, in particular, appreciate. Once again, thank you so much. I would ask that you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Thank you kindly, everyone. Take care.